So you put them back carefully like that each time, quite close together?
Yeah, right, really close together.
And that space is important, and that distance is important. It's not just haphazard. These are specific sizes, that distance, and the distance between one box, and this is a bottom spacing box. But the thing to note at the moment is that space is a set distance, because if it varies or if it's more, they'll start.
Graham's talking about the bee space. Do you know what it is?
You get spaces.
3/8 of an inch.
3/8 of an inch.
3/8 of an inch. What's that in centimetres?
I think it's something like 6.
Right.
Because if it's different, they will act, they will do different things.
Up to about 1851, a fella called Langstroth invented this type of movable frame hive. Beforehand, you couldn't take the frames out, and he discovered that if you left this gap of 3/8 of an inch between everywhere, the bees would just leave it. Any wider, as Graham just said, and they'd fill it with comb. Any shorter, they'd put propolis and glue it up. So keeping it at this distance, it's really useful for the beekeeper, and his discovery changed modern beekeeping, and that's what we still use today.
Something simple, but yeah.
Based on the inches.
That's right.
Looks like poor one on the top.
Yeah, you've got to make sure. Because when you've got a full hive, it's virtually impossible not to squash a bee, but when you do squash a bee, it makes the others angry. Right, so we'll put these ones to bed. And we'll go and look at one that's got some honey on. The ones we're going to look at now might be a bit more vociferous.
But you all had wonderful views of the Queen.
That's fabulous.
I don't think I've ever seen it so well demonstrated. It's lovely.
She's very calm. Some of the bees run around like it, and what you do is you select and try and breed the ones that are quiet and are not aggressive.
There are lots of bees on the front of this hive pointing.
Now just come and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. See these bees with the bums up in the air? They've got the bums up in the air and they're fanning the wings. And what they're doing, they're releasing a pheromone, a scent, from their nasonab gland, which is at the bottom of the bum, and they're fanning the wings, and it's saying to the other bees, this is where we live, come and join us in here. It's because we've been through the hive at a time of distress for them or whatever, they're saying this is the way, come on.
Am I okay?
The other bees will recognise it and join them inside. And that's what they use when they swarm, you know why they stay together. Because of all these, there's lots of different pheromones.
Tony, can I just emphasise that people everybody has a look and see we've all got bees on us. Mari's got bees on her back and on her bottom, and
the thing is,
you've got bees on your shoulders.
Bees and they fly back to the hive, and we'll brush them off before we.
But so don't take your bees off early.
Certainly not.
Until you've all been inspected.
Yeah, if you can just gather on this side.
All down one leg and a bushful.
Ah, well. Not much going on there, is there? I think I'll show you the other one instead.
Are they still eating that stuff then?
Well, I'll just left it there to keep the coal covered, really. I'll try this one.
Is that just like a sugary block sort of?
Yeah, it's just like, it's called fondant. You buy it in the book.
Oh right, okay. I missed that bit at the start, right?
You buy it in the supermarket. These are a bit bad-tempered, these bees, so we'll just show.
Doing high jump.
We'll see how we get on. It's just starting to rain, isn't it? I won't go into the brood nest, I'll just show you. See, there's a box on top, a shallow box. And that's what we put the smaller frames in to collect the honey.
That's my tag.
When the bottom box is full, you have to be quick because I don't want them getting wet. So we put something on called a queen excluder so the queen can't go into lay, and then the bees can get up, the queen can't, and they'll draw this out beautifully, and this is fresh honey. Right, you see, some of it's sealed over, some isn't.
But
They're just having a scoff.
Yum.
Bees love honey. I'll tell you what, if you put some anywhere, you'll find it. Right, so that's fresh honey. Yum yum. Let's see what else we've
So
got.
you would take sort of one of these if it was full and let them do the others, or what?
Well, when this is maybe 2/3 full, you put another one on top. And if it's a really good summer, you can end up with 3 full of honey. Let's have another look.
You mean another box on top?
Yeah,
or
another
another
box.
shallow one? All right.
Some people, like Michael, use the big boxes as the super, but they can get very heavy. Right, they haven't sealed this, you can see it glistening. It's fresh nectar. Lots of it, see? You'll see that glistening there, Mary.
Yes,
Now when that's being evaporated, the water's being evaporated,
right.
it'll become honey, and then they'll seal it over.
Right.
Is that what you call unripe?
Yes.
So
I've
is
only
there a
tried
specific time for taking
honeycomb
the honey
once
then?
when I
Well,
was
this is
maybe
spring
about
honey,
7 or 8 years old.
is a bit of a
proper
rarity
piece
these
of
days.
honeycomb. Oh,
You can normally take, on a good spring,
Lovely.
you can take a box of honey normally first week in June.
Alright.
And then in June there's something called the June gap where they can starve actually, because there's a gap between the end of spring and the beginning of summer. You have to feed them.
So do you not leave some in for them?
Yeah, not many people take spring honey. I only take it if I'm on the oilseed rate really, because you get loads of it. I've got 3 supers on one hive at the oilseed rate at the moment. Oh. And that's your honeybee hive.
how is it you make the smoke? What's that burning
That's just
in there?
hessian.
Right, okay.
It's just sacking. You can use wood shavings, you can use grass,
Okay.
dried grass, all sorts.
Beach master's good.
All right,
It's nice.
So it just burns for a long time, but it produces a lot of
Very
smoke.
trouble is with the wood smoke,
rotting
makes
wood
your
is
hair
quite good
smell
as well
well.
because it
I'll
isn't
be
producing
doing
any
that
Right,
night.
okay.
Produces smoke.
But it gives the smoke.
I think the best thing to do is
Okay.
let's go and grab the tea stuff and get in there.